Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about how to manage the token, okay, JWT token in Python fast API application. So as part of this session, okay, just we are going to discuss about first create one fast API application, Python fast API application. Okay, with two routes. One is like public route to create the JWT token. Just let's take like a simple login with hard-coded username and password. And another one is like one protected route. I want to take it. That protected route, I can say like anything. Okay, just you can say it like a profile. Okay, get profile details. This login is like a public route. Anyone can access. There is no need of authorization. There is no token, nothing is required. It's a public route, anybody can access. But profile, only the person who already logged in, those people only, can access this profile one. So first, you can create the fast API application. Just create like two routes. So in the first route, okay, let's take like a login. Whenever the username and password is like wrong, whenever the username and password is like wrong, then the time no need to do anything. Just you can send a message back. Your entered user ID password is like wrong. Simple message, you can send it to the client application as part of response. But whenever the user ID and password is like correct, here you have to do something else. Okay, what we need to do is first, if the username and password is like correct, to this particular user ID and password, I want to create one JSON web token, JWT token. I want to create one JWT token, and with some expiry time, with some expiry time. When this one, whenever the user ID and password is like correct, the JWT token you created with some expiry time, you have to do two things here. One is like that created a token and save in the fast API application with some variable name, and the same token you have to the same token have to send back to my client. Okay, in this particular route, you have to handle these things. Whenever the client send user ID and password, you just check user ID and password is like valid or not. If the user ID password is like wrong, then you can send error message. This is one case. For example, the another case is what? User ID and password is like correct. That is another case. If the user ID and password is correct, then that time what you have to do? You have to create a JWT token. You have to create a JWT token with some expiry term to that user. Once you created the date token and save that token, okay, you have to save in the fast API application. You have to save that in the fast API application. Once you saved that one in the FastAPI application, the next one is like what? Okay, you have to send a token. You have to send the token back to whom? Send token back to client. Send token back to client. These are the things you need to handle in the login page. Okay, in the login endpoint. Now, if you come to this one, login endpoint. If you come to this one, the next one is like what? Profile. So you can come to the profile. In the profile, what we have to do? This login is like a public route. You can say profile is like a protected route. So this profile one, what you need to do is here, you should not, directly allow the people to access this particular route who can access this route means already the person who, okay, already the person who authenticated, those people only can access this particular profile route. For that, what you need to do, okay, whenever the person or a client send a request to profile, first you have to, okay, check that person, okay, authenticated or not, that person authenticated or not, authenticated or not. If the person already authenticated, then that time you can allow him, okay. If not, okay, just simply you can say you are not like a authorized person, you can send back 401, okay, one of the status code, unauthorized status code, you can send it back to the client, send it back to the client. Okay, let me draw the flow. Okay, let me open the paint. Here, just take, this is my client application. And this is my FastAPI application. This is my FastAPI application. This is my FastAPI. Okay, this is our client application. You can say like a React or Angular or Vue, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be. Whenever the client send a request to this login endpoint. That means at the time of clicking on the login button, one request go to the FastAPI application. Okay, here validate user ID password. Validate UID and password. Whenever we validate UID password, two options. One is like correct user ID password. Another one is like wrong user ID password. Possibilities. Whenever it is like a wrong user ID password, okay, you have to tell to my client the entered user ID password is like wrong. If it is like correct, then that time you have to create a token. You have to save the token with one variable and you have to send the token to the client. So whenever it is like a success, these are the steps you need to follow. Okay. Now, once you send the token to the client, my client application save the token. My client application save the token in the client application. That these are the things, okay, performed when at the time of, okay, at the time of login button click, login button click. Now there has one more endpoint is there. This is which endpoint? Login endpoint. There has one more endpoint is there. What is that endpoint? Profile. Whenever the user send a request to the profile, directly don't execute that particular profile functionality. Before that, you can check you are like authenticated user or not. Okay, how we can check you are like authenticated or not? Okay, now token already given at the time of login success, right? That token you saved in the client to saved in the server, so that my server side guy is expecting the token for every protected resource, protected endpoint. So whenever you send a request to access the profile, if you want to send the data, you can send it, and you can pass the token as part of headers, as part of headers. Most of the times we are going to pass the token as part of headers. Once you pass the token, okay, to the server, my server already saved the token. This saved token and my client send the token, both are like same or not. Okay, like that, he is going to validate. Okay, once he validated, okay, once my token, okay, validated, okay, now the validation failure, again you can say, hey man, okay, okay, that particular token is like, okay, not a valid token, or expiry time is, okay, done, okay, it's like time token is like expired, something like that. If the token is like validated successfully, now my profile actual endpoint is going to execute and give the actual response or not. give the actual response to the client. This is the one simple flow. This is one simple flow. Understood? So now let's implement this one. First, I want to create one simple Python virtual environment. Okay. Now let me create. Go to our workshops folder. Go to our workshops folder, and here open command prompt. Open command prompt. Okay, here. Okay. Pip install -m virtual environment venv. Okay, virtual environment for what? venv. Okay, just I can say JWT token. JWT. It's going to create a virtual environment for us. So what is the error? Okay, here okay, no such option. py-m venv. Just you can create like this. Not install, no need to install any library module here. Just you can write like this. Okay, it's going to create a Python virtual environment. Yeah, it's created. Now let me open JWT. Let me open JWT. File, open folder, go to desktop, and go to workshops, and here JWT created. Yes, JWT created. Once virtual environment created, now here you can activate it. You can activate it. How we can activate? Go to scripts. Go to scripts, and then okay, in the scripts activate dot bat. There has one file is there. Just you can activate that. You can activate it. Now once it is like activated, okay, if you not recognized here, you can go to our command prompt instead of PowerShell. Whenever you open the command prompt, now you can see something like this. See the JWT. You are in that particular. You are in that particular virtual environment. You can say you are in that particular virtual environment. You can say. Now the required libraries you can install. Okay, how many libraries are required to install? Okay, first pip install is the command. Okay, first I want to create FastAPI application. The basic application only can create FastAPI. The next one is like to run in the environment. UV core is the one. UV core. UV core is the one. Okay, the next one is like token encoding all these things. Okay, Python JOS. Python JOS. Python JOS. Okay, these are the three libraries are enough. Okay, these are the three libraries are enough. So first let's install those three libraries. First install those three libraries. Okay, done. Now you can create one file, okay, main.py or app.py or wish main.py file. Here you can create your fast API application. Okay, just a simple application you can create. Simple one file you can create. Fast API import fast. By using this class, we can create an application. App equals to fast API. App equals to fast API. Then once it is done, if you want to run this one, directly you can write uv core, uv core. Okay, uv core. Already uv core is there, right? Already we installed uv core. What is this one? Our application is like, where is my application created? Main. Okay, you can say this is my app. Okay, the default port number it is going to take. Okay, reload. Now see, my application is running here or not. Application is running here. Okay, reload means if you do any change, okay, it is going to accept. Okay, that means it's going to reload again. How many endpoints are required? How many endpoints are required? There has two endpoints are required. One is like a login, another one is like a profile. So we have profile. Okay, one is like login, another one is like profile. So my login. Okay, now my app.post is the one. So live reloading, right? Okay, list slot. Okay, app.post. What is my URL? Login is the URL. Okay, same like this. Okay, profile also I want profile. Okay, at the rate app dot get. Okay, profile. App dot get profile. Done. Okay. Now, if you want to check this endpoint is working or not, then like this you can say. Now you can open the browser. Now come here, localhost 8000. Now it's working. But okay, so my endpoint is working. Endpoint is working. Yes, all. So I'm expecting the login, right? Login. User ID, password, hard coded values you can write it. User ID and password, hard coded values. Okay, my user ID is string and my password is like a one string. Okay. Now here hard coded condition. If my user ID is equals to okay VTS and okay okay simply not condition you can write. Okay, if the user ID is not equals to VTS, is not equals to VTS, or okay my password is not equals to VTS school. Okay, then that time what do you have to tell? Then what do you have to tell? One. Then that time what you have to say, the username and password is like wrong. Okay, simply you can send one message, right? Simply you can send like one message. Okay, how we can say that message? Okay, simply okay return okay invalid credentials, some status code and everything, that is it. If okay, if the user ID and password is like correct, if the user ID and password is like correct, now you have to create the token. You have to create the token. So if you want to create the token, how we can create the token, we'll see. Okay, here simply okay uh, success. Okay, this endpoint also you can test it. This is the login. It's a post request, so you can go with the postman. Go with the postman. Now come here, localhost, it's like 8000. It's like login. Okay, now I need to pass which data. Okay, missing parameters, right? So I want to pass some data. Okay, which data you have to pass? My user ID is equals to uh, VTS. Okay, and my password equals to VTS scope. VTS scope. If I pass like this, it's like a success. Okay, any one of these one is not matched, then the time you have to show like invalid credentials. That's okay. Invalid credentials. But whenever the username and password is wrong, this is the message. But the username and password is like correct, then the time what you have to show, you have to send one token back or not. So you have to create the token. See, if you observe here, okay, you have to correct, you have to create this token, save the token in one variable and send the token to the client application or not. Okay, so first thing is like you can, okay, just you can decide, okay, token you want to create, okay, just you can decide token you want to create which user. Okay, already the user, logged in user there, right? Already the logged in user is there or not? Okay, to that user only I want to create the token. So let's do one thing. Okay, to that user ID and password also I want to create the token, or to that particular user ID you can create the token. So come here. If you want to create the token, okay, if you want to write one separate method, you can write it. If you want to create the token, if you want to write the separate method, you can write it. Otherwise, here itself you can write. I have the user ID and password. I have the user ID and password. So let me do one thing. Let's create a data object with this user ID and password. Okay, let's create the data object. So how you can create, my user ID is like UID, and my password equals to PW. PW. So to this particular data object, I want to wrap user ID and password. Why? Because I want to create a token to this particular user ID and password. To this particular user ID and password. If you want to create the token, if you want to create the token, we have one member is there in the JOS module. So you can import that one from JOS. Okay, at the time of create, install the module Python JOS. At the time of using, this is the JOS. In the PyP, they written the name is like that. JOS. I want to import JWT. I want to import JWT and JWT error, something like this. I want to import JWT. So to this particular user ID, I want to create a JWT token. I want to create one JWT token. So how we can create the JWT token? JWT dot, we have one method is there, encode is the method. One method is there, encode is the method. Here, to which data you want me to create a token, that one you have to pass it. The next one is like, if you see here, I want to save the token with one variable or not. If you want to save the token, I want to save the token with one variable. That variable name you can mention, my app token. Something like this you can mention. Any hard-coded name you can mention. No problem at all. Any hard-coded name you can mention. Understood? Any hard-coded name you can mention. Now, if you observe this one, it gives me some value. It gives me some value. That is a token. Now let's return this one. Let's return this one. Let's return this one. Then what happened? We'll see. Now come here. If the username and password is like wrong, send it. This is the. If the username and password is correct, if the username and password is correct, now see there has one token generated to your username and password or not. Your user ID and password, it's generated a token. It generated a token. Understood? Now, just I want to do one thing. Okay, here, okay, I want to do one thing here. I want to add expiry time also. I want to add like expiry time. So how much time you want? I want to add expiry time. I want to add some expiry time to this particular token. So usually the expiry time is like just okay, 30 minutes, something like this. We can add. Got my point? So that okay, you can send this expiry. You have to give that expiry time to whom. You have to give that expiry time to my token, right? At the time of generating the token itself, at the time of generating the token itself, you have to give the expiry time or not. Yes or no? You got my point? So how many minutes you want me to give? How many minutes you want me to give? 30 minutes. So from date time, from date time, I want to import date time as well as time delta. These are the members I want to use to work with expiry time. So I want to use like 30 minutes. So my expiry time equals to, okay, now my time delta of, okay, how many minutes I want to give, how many minutes I want to give, 30 minutes. Okay, simply you can give like 30 minutes. Got my point? Okay, now this 30 minutes you have to add to my current date and time or not? Yes or no? Okay, default, okay, this is my time, that's okay, expiry time. But now the time is like 8:30. Okay, 9 it is going to expire, so current time plus 30 you have to add it or not. So expiry time equals to my 30 minutes I want to add to my current time or not. So how we can get the current time? Okay, simply you can get date time, date time, date time, okay, dot, okay, utc. Now just you can use this one. You have to, you have to add, okay, you have to add this particular, you have to add this particular, okay, 30 minutes to the current time or not. Now, okay, just you can see this. Okay, date time dot now we can give it, date time dot now we can give it. Now this is my expiry, okay, time. So this expiry time, okay, I want to pass, I want to give, okay, as part of our data. I want to give it as part of our data. So just take, I don't want to disturb this one. Okay, you can take like a clone data. Okay, so my encoded data equals to data dot copy, you can say. To this encoded data I want to update. Okay, my expiry time is like this one, expiry time. Now this encoded data you can give to this guy. Okay, to this guy to generate the token. Understood? Now can you check it, will it work or not work? Now if you come here, send. Okay, it is like expected only. Okay, now if you come here, okay, the token generated with expiry time is like 30 minutes. Now if you come here, okay, there has one website jwt.io. Okay, there you can mention your token. You can mention your token. That information you can get it. Okay, that information you can get it. Okay, now the username and password is this one. This is my expiry time. Okay, now the expiry time, if you want to see, come here. Okay, go to the console, new date of this. Okay, new date of this one. Okay, it is not showing properly. Mm, what it's showing? Okay, here it's showing, right? November 17 ist. This is the one. Okay, in the ist, okay, it is something like this way because you are taking like UTC time, right? So it is something showing like this. So you can give the current date time. Okay, current date time you can get it. Okay, here it is like expect. Okay, let me write something. Okay, just improve this one by using ChatGPT. You can go with the Gemini. From here, expiry time in ist. And complete code. Okay, that's you can put the expiry time. Okay, date time UTC now they are using. That's okay, fine. Okay, UTC now time delta. Okay, this is the change, I guess. Just you can take this one and you can check UTC now. UTC now is like deprecated, right? So you can ask them UTC now is deprecated. Now you can go with this one, time zone. Okay. So you can go with this. Okay, date, time, the time zone you can get it. Time zone you can get it. Okay. Now this is the one. Now can you come here? Can you click on this one? Okay. Now there has a token generated again. Now can you check this token? Now in our website JWT IO. Now keep it. Now observe here. Now see there has 9:30 exactly IST. The token is like expired or not. 30 minutes. If you observe here, November 16, 9:30, 27 seconds. My token is like expired. Okay, so this is the way my token is like generated and given back to client. So how many parts completed here? How many sections completed so far? How many sections completed? Yeah, for every user, okay, token is like created, correct. The token is like unique. Okay, that is like a scoped one. Okay, that is like scope, local variable kind of scope. It's not like a global one. Got my point? Okay, you can say like this is one thread. In the thread, one token created. Okay, to that particular token, okay, one variable is like assigned. Okay, that means the token is assigned to one variable, and one more user, one more thread. Okay, in that scope, the same variable name only, but both are like scopes are like different. Scopes are like different. Understood? So now my token is like generated. Once my token generated, now my token is with me. Okay, see here. Once my token generated, send the token to the client. Done. Now I want to access my profile. Now I want to access my profile. Okay, when I can access the profile, when I can access the profile, when I can access the profile. Okay, simply I want if the token is like, if the token is like, okay, correct, then only or not. If the token is like correct, then only, okay, it is like, it is like, okay, yellow to access your profile endpoint. So okay, Gemini only can ask, okay, write a profile endpoint, profile endpoint point as like as a protected, as write a protected profile endpoint there, there, validate, validate the, validate the JWT token, JWT token, JWT token. Now it's going to create like, okay, one profile endpoint or not. Now it's going to create like one profile endpoint or not. Yes or no? Okay, now you can take read user data, my current user details depending on get user. Okay, something read user data. Okay, fast API automatically, okay, protected endpoint that requires a valid JWT token. Yes, that's correct only, right? It's requires a valid JWT token. So this particular one depends on what? Get you, get current user. Okay, can you check the get current user? Okay, if you send the token, okay, that token is like correct or not. Here it's like validated or not. So let's create. Now can I come here? This is my profile endpoint. Okay, now the validation is required or not? The validation is required. Okay, what kind of validation? What kind of validation is required? Okay, I'm expecting, okay, my get to profile. Whenever you send a request to this one, my protected route, okay, first validate the token and then go to your function which is written some value or not. Yes or no? So here, who is the current user? That current user details we need it. So profile, my current user. Okay, host type is like string. Okay, just I want to validate the token. Validate token. Okay, once this is done, okay, it returns me a string. Okay, that current user I want to send it back. Okay, the current user I want to send it back. Okay, like that I can understand. Okay, I can say, okay, uh, the message is like valid token. The message is like valid token. The user details, the user is like my current user. Okay, now this validate token, okay, you have to validate the token which is coming from where, coming from the client as part of your URL, right? As part of, okay, as part of not URL, headers, as part of your headers. Username and password I'm sending as part of URL, but this one I'm expecting through headers. So this validate token I want to do it. For that, let's create one, okay, function, okay, df validate token, validate token. Let's create like a validate token. Yes or no? Okay, now I'm expecting, okay, this particular token as part of headers. So which header? Authorization, authorization header. Okay, it is like which type? String type. Whose is like what? Header, or whose is like header. The header is coming from where? From my FastAPI. From my FastAPI. Header is coming from my FastAPI. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now, once you get the header whose name is like authorization, that means that is your token. That means that is your token, right? Yes or no? Once you have this token, once you have the token, you have to validate the token with what? Come on, you have to validate the token with what? You have to validate the token with what? The token you already, okay, saved, right? The token you already saved or not? Yes or no? So whatever the token you get it through authorization, okay, you can decode it. JWT dot decode, okay, your token, decode your token. The next one is like, the next one is like your key is what? Okay, this is my token, authorization token, right? You have to pass the token. The next one is what? Your key, where your data, okay, that means you stored the token with this key or not? Yes or no? Okay, now whenever it's decoded, okay, now it gives me some user information. Okay, some user information. Yes or no? Some user information you can get it. Yes or no? If the token is like correct. Agreed with me? Now from that user, you can say like a payload. From that payload, I want to get my user ID. I want to get the user ID. This is my user or not. And finally, you can return that user. Finally, you can return that user. Yes or no? Okay, that user only it comes to this particular place. Now, if you come here, if you check the profile one, if you check the profile one, this is my endpoint. You are like validate the token here, it returns me the current user, that current user only passed here. Whenever you validate the token, okay, here the authorization, whatever the headers you passed with this key, okay, you can get that authorization. Okay, now you are going to decode it. Whenever you decode the logged in user details, you can get it. Okay, if not, you will not get the user. You can write the conditions. If the user is not there, okay, simply you can say like what? If the user is not there, it simply you can say like a, okay, token is like invalid, something like this you can say. Okay, no conditions I didn't write. Why? Because okay, we have 30 minutes expiry time is there. Let's check it, will it work or not. Now if you come here, this is my token, this is my token. Now let's go to the get. Okay, here profile profile the headers in the authorization. Okay, this is my token, just you can paste it, just you can paste it. Now if you click on send, okay, string type input should be a valid string is set. The query and current user, okay, input should be a valid string. Is it something like this? It should not be. Authorization only, it's not an issue. Authorization only. Oh, let's go to the Gemini. Okay. What is the error you're getting? Unprocessed content. Okay, you can go and check. This is the error you're getting. No, authorization string is like a header. That's okay. Get the full code. For profile endpoint only, right? Just I needed like for only profile endpoint. This is the valid token. Okay, payload is a JWT code. Authorization. Okay, just print. Okay, authorization. Okay. Now let's click on this one. Send. What's wrong with this one? Just check it. Mm, Current user is like string. Okay, return string valid token. Return something like this. You can now come here. If you do send string type, get profile. Check. Format is like bearer token you are getting. Okay. You have, if you get like a bearer token, okay, tells you authorization header string for JWT. This is string in the format of bearer token, right? So that, okay, you have to split this one, the bearer token you have to split. So we can do one thing here. Here, whenever you have the authorization, okay, so you can get the open equals to authorization dot split with the some space, okay, of one. Now that token I can give it for decode. Decoding. Now can you check now? Okay, if you come here, okay, again unprocessed only. This is my unprocessed content. Goes to authorization. Yes. The request was well formed but was unable to follow the semantic errors. Something like this. The request format is like wrong. So can you come here? Is that validate the token? It's a kind of header, right? Okay, we can do one thing. Okay, authorization. Okay, no. Yes. Okay, let's step by step we can do that. Type is missing. Header authorization. Header authorization is missing. Okay. Print one authorization. One authorization. That's okay. Now capital A you can put it. Yeah. Authorization. Now if you click on the send, okay, missing header authorization. Authorization. That's correct only that. Spelling mistake. We did it. That's the problem. It is okay, right? Hmm? Control Z. Can you do Control Z? This one authorization. Authorization. You can split it and get it. Okay. Come here. Okay, let's send it. String type. Okay, at least it is like, where is that one? Processed content again you are getting. Okay, you are using like token here, right? Okay, just you can type like token. Come here. Now send it. Okay, now the same here we are getting validate token. Authorization is correct only. Authorization string header. Authorization split. Okay, now we can comment this one. Authorization can send it. String type. Input should be a valid string. Okay, that is like valid string only, right? code the token. If you come here, profile, authorization, it's like a string, sort of it. Now print of one authorization, print of one authorization. It is send, okay, invalid token, that's okay. Now if you observe here, it's like printed, right? It's like printed. So you have the authorization one. Now you can use this, one. So you have authorization. Okay. Now from the authorization can decode it. Okay, from the payload you can get the user. Now you can send the user. Now you can send the user. Now if you come here, okay, now my user is like VTS, or now my user is like VTS. You can just get rid of this one. Okay, whenever the user is like VTS, okay, simply I can say like what this particular token, okay, is respected to that particular user only or not, like that we can check. Agreed, huh? It is one way. Okay, there has, okay, directly token is like valid or not. Okay, also we can check it, but okay, okay, that particular user, that particular token is belongs to which user. Okay, that user name is like correct or not, you can check it. Understood? Like this. Okay, simply, okay, you can, okay, check the, check the, okay, token is like valid or invalid. Check the token is like valid or invalid. So any questions do you have? And any questions? Yeah, you are getting from JWT. Yeah, whatever the JWT is there, that is like we decoded, right? That is like we do decoded or not. Whenever you decode it, then the time, okay, the information you can get it. The decoded information is what contains, okay, this is the one. The decoded information is this one. Okay, no? Okay, password is not required. Password you should not expose. Okay, so that password you can delete it. Okay, okay then. Thank you. I will upload this video. Just you can, okay, walk through.